cautious optimism in the international fight against coronavirus, and that's where we start today's edition of CNN 10. I'm Carl Azus, outside the CNN Center. Here we go. From Sunday to Monday, the nation of Spain saw an increase of several hundred deaths from COVID-19, but it was a smaller increase than the average day last week, and that's giving hope to Spanish health officials. The increase in the number of new cases was lower as well. Italy has seen a decrease in the number of daily deaths and hospitalizations from coronavirus, and in Germany, the government has allowed some small businesses like bike shops and car dealerships to reopen. But Chancellor Angela Merkel says the country's a long way from being out of the woods and that preventing a relapse of the virus is a priority. The Czech Republic, Austria, Denmark, and Slovakia have also removed some of their restrictions. The United States has seen more than 760,000 confirmed cases of the virus. According to Johns Hopkins University, more than 30% of those cases are in New York State alone. And though the governor says New York is past the peak of new cases and deaths, coronavirus is still very much a threat. And as far as New York City goes, the mayor of its 8.5 million people says all parades, concerts, and rallies have been canceled through the month of June. Other parts of the U.S. with fewer cases are looking at how and when they can start opening up businesses and schools again. A former commissioner of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says, quote, "It's not going to be a light switch," meaning that states that do start getting back to normal will be doing it gradually over the months of May and June. 10-second trivia. Which of these meteor showers is typically visible in April? Lyrids, Boötids, Perseids, or Ursids? The meteor shower that gets its name from the constellation Lyra occurs in April. And scientists say that's because the Lyrids appear to originate from near that constellation. But don't just take their word for it. On Tuesday and especially Wednesday night, you can see the Lyrids for yourself if the weather's clear. It's the first meteor shower of spring. The American Meteor Society says the best time for viewing it will probably be between midnight and 5 a.m. But if that's too late or too early for you, astronomers say some slower, longer meteors will streak over our heads in the hours before midnight. Here's why this is happening. There's a comet named Thatcher. It leaves a trail of debris behind it as it rockets through space. The Earth passes through that debris in April, and the shooting stars that are really Thatcher's meteors burn up in our atmosphere.
We get questions here all the time about comets, asteroids, and meteors, meteorites. What's the difference? Well, let's start in space and work our way all the way down to the surface. A comet is a snowball. It's a piece of ice. Now, the ice is mainly frozen gas, not water, but there could be dust and rocks and things inside the comet. Halley's Comet. Now, NASA knows of about 3,600 other comets than that one out there. Closer in the asteroid belt, these are rocks, not gas. They could be metal as well, but they are hard surfaces. And sometimes they come out of the asteroid belt, get closer to the surface of the Earth, or at least our atmosphere. If one or a piece of a smaller one, called a meteoroid, hits the surface of the atmosphere, it turns into a meteor. It gets bright because it hits our atmosphere and begins to burn up. If it doesn't make its way all the way down to the surface, it turns into a shooting star. Now, if it does make its way all the way down to the surface of the Earth and hits the ground and you can pick it up, that is a meteorite.
From looking above us to diving below us, get ready for a ride on the Deep Flight Dragon. Its top speed is only 4 to 5 miles per hour, and it only goes as deep as about 400 feet. But there's still enough sunlight at that depth for you to see what's around you, so the watercraft can save the weight of heavy lighting equipment, and you don't need extensive training or a wetsuit to operate it. So let's see what's undersea.
It looks kind of like a Formula One race car, that's what most people think. Think of it as a quadcopter. You know these drones that fly around? But this is a big manned one that goes underwater. It's very simple. It's a bit of a secret, this. It's going to be shocking, but this is an ocean planet. We think it's built for us because we walk on land, but this is a small part. 94% of life on Earth is in the oceans. We're excluded. Human beings don't have access to our own planet. We're trying to change that. So this thing comes down there. For the last 50 years, we've gone underwater in machines called submersibles. Initially, the holy grail was to get to the bottom of the planet. And now you realize that the real goal, let's get everybody else down there who wants to go. Let's give them the opportunity. It doesn't exist right now. We're trying to create that. In a normal submersible, most people think you need to be a professional pilot because you have to adjust the valves, you have to adjust the buoyancy, and if you mess up, you can sink. Well, the machines we're building now don't do that. They don't have that complexity.
There it is.
We just try to make them so they're usable by most people. We'll take you out, and I'll give you the controls. You will dive a submarine. That's a big deal. Okay, under the CNN, you have the cart. Your left-hand side is this up and down. And push it all the way forward right now. And you are diving. Under the CNN is diving the submarine. It's that easy.
That easy.
So we are now well under Lake Tahoe. It's rather beautiful down here, I think, even though there's no animals. Your right-hand side is a joystick. Move that joystick gently to your right. The sub is turning around to the right. Move it gently forward. You're now moving forward. That's all there is to it. We go down to what we call the edge of darkness, which is this wonderful twilight zone, below where you can snorkel, but before it's black. At 400 feet, it's black. You can't see. What's the point? It's powered electrically. We have really good lithium type batteries, and you can stay down electrically 8 hours or so. Life support is really important, so that's 24 hours, much longer than you need. And most people, that's 1, 2, 3 hours maximum. The key to having something that most people can use is if you mess up, what happens? If you get into trouble, you have to do the simplest possible thing. Switch it off, and it floats back. You're home. The very first of anything cost a lot of money, so these cost well over $1 million. How do we get that to most people? We fly in airplanes. We don't have to buy them. You rent one, charter one, you get taken out by one, don't have to buy it. Some very, very wealthy people want the adventure and they can buy it. They're the lucky ones.
And you almost lose sense of where you are. I had to sort of pinch myself and say, I'm flying underwater, which is incredible. The one thing that the ocean needs is the ability to be more accessible. And if this doesn't do it, I don't know what does.
You can't tell the future, but our kids will have access to the ocean in a way that we never did. Their parents thought this planet was explored, trodden, worn out, fought over. That's it. We have to go into space. Our kids are going to go, wait a minute, there's an even bigger planet down here you never had access to, but I do. I'm going to explore this place.
Back on the water's surface, we thought we'd surf to shore. But Carl, there are lockdowns. That's not a problem for Thomas Servetti. He hadn't been surfing since January, so he made this sweet stop-motion video from his apartment, and now, at least it looks like he's doing what he loves to do. Servetti used sheets, pillowcases, towels, and a lot of creativity to complete the scene. The only problem is, when he wipes out, it's like hitting his head on hardwood. Oh, maybe there are no aerials, but you're still floored. But if the waves and opportunities are flat and you're too tense to hang loose at home, why not wax the floor, line up your camera, and kick out some sick surfing videos? They're sure to win you a perfect CNN 10. To the students of Roane County High School, thanks for hanging CNN 10 with us from Spencer, West Virginia. I'm Carl Azus.